We have some big news coming out of the NFL right now. Tom Pelissero is reporting that the NFL is suspending Falcons wide receiver Calvin Ridley indefinitely for at least the 2022 season for gambling on NFL games after he left the team last season. Holy hell. This is massive. In the world with sports gambling growing and blossoming, we knew that there was going to be some moments in time where it was going to be talked about and conversated about. When I went into the NFL, when AJ went into the NFL, or even college, there was signs all over the wall that basically said, don't be Pete Rose. It's not worth it. Do not gamble with your legacy, your career in sports gambling. Don't do it. Calvin Ridley now, at least out for the 2022 season. Who knows how much further that's going to be. I guess they'll have to dive into the weeds on how much money or who he was betting on and how he was betting on. He was away from the team. I don't think that's been disclosed publicly, although there has been some rumors behind the scenes that there was some stuff going on personally for Calvin Ridley, and it was excused by the Falcons. This is a bomb from Tom Pelissero. Hopefully, Calvin Ridley doesn't have a gambling issue. Hopefully, Calvin Ridley doesn't have anything else going on in his life, but this is a bad look for Calvin Ridley, and I assume the NFL is going to make an example out of this as the sports gambling world continues to evolve.
Well, so he gambled on NFL games when he was already on a leave of absence from the team. This is what got Pete Rose blackballed from all of baseball, right? It's the reason why they won't let him into the Hall of Fame still.
Well, allegedly Pete Rose was gambling on games that he was managing, like the actual games. Yeah. And people don't care about the details. It has to be pretty big too.
If he's getting busted for this, it has to be who, like, was it just on some website? Was it with bookies? Like, how does it work? It had to be a substantial amount of money too, I would imagine, for them to do this.
Quick research. Where's Calvin Ridley from? Can we look into that?
Played in Alabama.
Is it a legal state? Yeah, and he's in Georgia. I don't think either of those states are legal, so I'm not 100% sure if this is on
Florida.
Florida's not legal either, so he was probably with a bookie maybe. And by the way, if it's with a bookie, this is so much worse because there's no regulations. Who knows how big it? I mean, it is just, not that this isn't already bad. This is bad. Can't have people betting on things that they're involved with. Now, Calvin Ridley's not on the team, so that's probably will be his defense. I'm not playing. I'm here. But there are so many meetings that happen throughout the season where you're not even allowed to go to a casino and get a free room from gambling on blackjack in the NFL. The NFL for a long time has tried its absolute best to separate from gambling because the shield's integrity needs to be kept intact. That is always what we were pitched in all of those meetings. I never gambled on games or sports or anything like that when I was in the league. I had friends that did it. I didn't know anything about it. Loved blackjack though. Man, I love poker, love blackjack, and those are always my questions. So you're telling me if I go to a place in Vegas and I win a bunch of money on the blackjack table and they're like, hey, you get a free penthouse. They're like, you can't take that because it's from gambling. I'm allowed to play blackjack, but not allowed to receive any of the extra benefits that gambling could potentially bring. Now with the whole regulations and gambling coming in there, this could get messy is everybody's fear. Hopefully that's not the case. There's some more notes Zito says coming out about this. Falcons Calvin Ridley suspended through at least the 2022 season for betting on NFL games in 2021 season. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell today suspended Calvin Ridley of the Atlanta Falcons definitely through at least the conclusion of the 22 season for betting on NFL games in 21 season. The activity took place during a 5-day period in late November 2021 while Ridley was not with the team and was away from the club's facility with non-football illness list. A league investigation uncovered no evidence indicating any inside information was used or that any game was compromised in any way, nor was there evidence suggesting any awareness by coaches, staff, teammates, or anybody else. In a letter to Ridley notifying him of his suspension, Commissioner Goodell wrote, "There is nothing more fundamental to the NFL's success and to the reputation of everyone associated with our league than upholding the integrity of the game. This is the responsibility of every player, coach, owner, game official, and anyone also employed in the league. Your actions put the integrity of the game at risk, threaten to damage public confidence in professional football, and potentially undermine the reputations of your fellow players throughout the NFL. For decades, gambling on NFL games has been considered among most significant violations of league policy, warranting the most substantial sanction. In your case, I acknowledge and commend you for your promptly reporting for an interview and for admitting your actions." Ridley may petition for reinstatement on or after February 15, 2023. Pursuant to the NFL-NFLPA collective bargaining agreement, he may appeal his suspension by filing notice within 3 days. A 5-day period. He was probably, around a bookie? in a group that was betting on something and the bookie got caught and then the bookie ratted, or somebody in the group got in over their head or something like that. I don't understand how that could have happened or taken place, but that is something the NFL has been very, very, very diligent on. Since I was in the league, since AJ was in the league, since long before, they knew that it happened, and it's not something they want with their league. Now, FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, all NFL sponsors. That does not mean that the players, coaches, or anybody associated with the NFL is allowed to gamble on it. It just comes with the job. It's a sad situation. Hopefully, everything's okay. But that's a bomb to come on a Monday out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's still on his rookie deal.
Anymore either.
I learned from my L's.
That was from yesterday.
Says Calvin Ridley, 3:34 p.m., March 6, 2022. Does that mean gambling? No. He means
No.
he means life.
Bigger.
Maybe.
He admitted
what if he's great?
It says in the letter, though. That shows at least his path to being reinstated. When Goodell said, I commend you for reporting for the interview promptly and admitting what you did. So that way you say, all right, I see a path where they'll let him back in.
What if he won so much that the bookie was like, this fucking guy isn't even allowed to be gambling?
Yeah.
What if
What if he
Ridley,
turned himself in? What if he won so much the bookie couldn't pay him, so he turned him in?
that's what, maybe. You have no idea. And also, most bookies that are working with some sort of organized crime, That's why, FanDuel is so awesome, because you feel like, you're safe. You're going to get your money in an efficient fashion and, all that other stuff. That's scary, though. That is very scary stuff. Hopefully, Calvin Ridley's all right. Hope he's okay. But they are not going to be light on this.
No.
That ain't something they're going to back off. The NFL is not going to back off of this because of what he said about the integrity of the shield. It's been something they pitched for a long time. There's numerous meetings that are like, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You fuck everybody over.
Not worth it. It's not worth it.
Do they keep his rights? Do the Falcons keep, because he's going into his last year of his rookie deal? So does he get cut from the Falcons, or
He'd probably go on the exemption list, I assume, and he loses.
It's got to be some exemption list, non-football exempt or something, right?
And he loses a salary of $11 million next year, I guess.
last year?
Man. All right. We'll learn from this. Hope every player and coach learns from this. It sucks that Calvin Ridley is going to be the example, but that's just the way it is. And hopefully everybody else will understand that if you get the pleasure and the honor of representing the NFL, there are some things you can't do. For instance, you can't get drunk on a Tuesday and get arrested. You will get suspended, okay? There are other things you can't do, like gamble on games or give information to people to gamble on games. And that has been something that has been very well known since the beginning of the NFL, basically.
You think you want to come on Hammer Dahn?
I don't think know if Hammer Dahn is the right. What if we hire him for the year?
Oh,
God. All right, dude, you're now the new host of Hammer Dahn. Calvin Ridley. Because Pete Rose has become like a handicapper, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that's it. He moved to Vegas. Like, he's like, yeah, I love gambling. I'm good at it, too. Fuck. You know, the thing that none of the reports, Pete Rose said, none of the reports say I was winning. Like, well, I was winning these bets. That's not normal either. How come nobody gives me any credit? I wonder who Calvin bet on.
Good question.
and
Would love to know.
Someone snitched on him. That's how everyone gets
Would
caught.
love.
They
to
were
know.
playing Jacksonville,
Well,
That,
and Atlanta won. So maybe that.
but he
didn't
said
say
he wasn't
bet
betting
on
on his.
Atlanta, did they?
Yeah, I think they said that nobody was
okay.
compromised on. I don't think they said anybody was compromised. Who knows if he was betting on his team, though?
yeah, we don't know.
what if he was betting on Ohio State against Michigan?
That's not NFL.
Spent on that.
Oh, NFL game.
The issue is the NFL games.
5-day period.
Yeah, it must have been on like a little bit of a bender, a little bit of a run. Had a friend around that was a bookie. Probably talked him into it, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe he lost a bunch, and he was like, "Ah, fuck it. I never bet. I'm not paying you." And then the bookie was
Did he
like,
turn
"Oh,
over his
okay."
phone and let him check text messages and stuff?
By the way, I don't think bookies, if you don't pay, they turn you into the cops. I think they,
Break your legs.
yeah. Something had
Connie
to,
Harding.
somebody had to have gotten caught. I think bookie got caught.
I think it would make more sense if he won a shitload of money and this guy was like, oh, okay, well, I can't pay this guy and I know he's not supposed to be betting, so.
I'll just roll over
Yeah.
and die here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm running a legal operation, but this motherfucker's doing something he's not supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I guess, you think we'll ever find out what happened?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll learn more about this. I don't know how much, like exactly details, but yeah, we'll learn more. I bet.